Hello and welcome to Amakhosi. Like, comment, subscribe. Before I say anything, guys, please do not laugh at me. It's not that I'm twanging, it's not that of anything. I'm from a dentist, so I'm speaking funny. Please bear with me today. So, in life, guys, you get into a relationship and you think that, this is the right person. And it's gonna work. Everything's gonna work. And then you start seeing red flags. Once you see red flags, I will say to you, sure, you can take a day, a step at a time, and all those things to see if the relationship is gonna go anywhere. But if you see another red flag, get out as soon as you can. Get out as soon as possible, because if you don't get out, you'll find yourself you are so into that relationship that as a result you can't get out. As a result, you have committed yourself like too deep. And then you find that things are not working, and then boom, the next thing, someone is pregnant, boom, the next thing, this and this and this and that. So we find ourselves in a situation where Kaizer Chiefs, they made blunders. You can say that because we did not have a scout and therefore they made a blunder and therefore now they can't come out. And Kaizer Chiefs being Kaizer Chiefs, some of you would say that they should stay in this relationship. Some of you would say that no, let them leave now, let them go separate ways with this player and whatnot. For me, I would say that I applaud Kaizer Chiefs. There might be a laughing stock out there for few days, few weeks or so, even months, but it won't go long. It won't go that long. The fact that they want to terminate a contract of one of the players that they signed in June, in the window that you are coming from. Now they're saying that, this is not working. So before I tell you about this play, Kaizer Chiefs is known as a team that used to not struggle with goalkeeping department or in the goalkeeping department. They used to sign the best keepers, or they used to grow from within the club best keepers. We have never had it. We are one club in the PSL that never struggled with keepers. But since we did not plan very well for the departure of Timlem Khune, it's like we're caught off guard. We didn't plan for it at all. Now Khune is out, and therefore we've been seeing so many keepers keeping 2 games out, 3 games, 5 games out. This one comes, it's like we are gambling when it comes to that department of late. We are gambling, we are chopping and changing this that department, like we are changing. As nobody's business, we are changing, like we are chopping and changing. Now we find ourselves in a dilemma because we made a mistake of not thinking ahead. We made a mistake of thinking that some of the players or keepers that we have, they'll be the best keepers and all. But if we are to be honest, there's no keeper like Timlem Khune, or there's no keeper who was before we bought Ndwan, who could be the number 1 goalkeeper for our team. There is no keeper. We can just pretend as if nothing is wrong. Like most of you would always prefer a Khune over Vuma. Now that Khune is out, now that Khune is no longer playing with us, we've been exposed that we did not prepare for his departure. If Khune was to be long ahead, or if Khune was to be prideful and all, he would go social media and say that these ones, they thought that they don't need me anymore, and therefore look at them now, let me laugh at them. But because Khune is not the type of a player, he's not going to do that. But remember, prior to Khune, there was Brian Malloy, Spider Malloy. Spider left, and then there was Ron Fernandez. Fernandez left, and then there was Emil Baron, and then he left, and then was Khune. After that, we didn't have a keeper. After we didn't have a keeper after Khune. We did not have a keeper. Khune saw all these other players, and he fought with all these other players, and then he remained. So Khune, we bought him when he was very young. Very, very young. Meaning what? We're thinking long term, but in the current team, in terms of management, they didn't think that long. They didn't think that long and said that we once bought Khune and who was there and saw all other keepers leaving. Now, how about we go to the grassroots? Go to all these stadiums like where you play your Kasi football. Let's go and look for a keeper there. That's why now we have a scout. But are we late? I believe we are late to get a proper number one coach. We should have, even now, we can still change. Sure, we can still change and make a change in terms of who we're buying. We can go to the grassroots now. Go and buy a keeper. Put the goalkeeper in the MTC. I don't know about the current keeper of MTC, how good is it? He is. I don't know about him, but I'm still saying that Kaizer Chiefs needs to go out there and buy a young keeper. Not for the senior team, not now, but for the MTC. Grow them within the MTC. By the time that they reach your 20s or so, then rope them in the senior team as like a third choice or so. Let them grow within. They can still kick in the MTC, but let them grow within the senior team. Expose them to Maggie, is it Maggie, the new goalkeeper coach? Expose them to that guy. Expose them to the senior team to play around and be around the senior team. Train with the senior team. Expose them. So now we're finding ourselves in a situation where Kaizer Chiefs wants to cut ties with Ntwari. Why? Because it didn't work. Do not laugh. Do not think about, hey, what were they thinking and what not. Have you not been in a relationship where you found yourself in a relationship within a week or within a day you want to get out? Sure, you have. The fact that now you are married, it doesn't mean that you have never been in that relationship. You're like, nah, this one is not going anywhere. Let me leave. Oh, you are one of those that who stayed and even got married to those people, but still you are not happy. No, I'm not being personal. Stay there. I'm not being personal. But I'm just saying to you that we are finding ourselves in this situation because we never thought long term. After Kuno, we didn't think long term. I don't know, probably thought that Kuno would stay forever, would play longer and whatnot, but didn't think about injuries. Don't say to me that Vuma was a second choice. Vuma wasn't even supposed to be a second choice for me. Peterson is not even supposed to be a second choice for me. These keepers are not at the level where Kune is at or Kune was. I'm not saying that they should be exactly where Kune is, but they should be having attributes of playing for a big team as Kaizer Chiefs. I don't think that these guys, they have it in them that they can be a keeper or keepers that will play for a big team as Kaizer Chiefs. I don't think so. Ntwari, we made a mistake. He was good at TX Galaxy. However, now we are cutting ties. Looks like him, Jen, we're going to cut ties and we're going to go to Nwali. I think it's Nwali, that Nigerian goalkeeper who's a chip. It looks like we're going to go back there. We were linked with him and even went to the social media and saying that, no, I wanted to go and play for Kaizer Chiefs, things didn't materialize and all those things. And then we end up going to TX Galaxy and bought Ntwari. We didn't make really a mistake. However, I don't think that we scouted him very well. So now that we didn't scout him very well, now we are cutting ties. In Jan, guys, let me know your thoughts. Are we making a good decision or are we making a wrong decision? Let me know what you think. But for me, I think that we are making a good decision. However, I'm still saying and I'm emphasizing that we need to go buy a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old, 18-year-old there, whom we're going to grow within the team. Who's going to grow within the team, Flanders, and then one day be a goalkeeper for the senior team. I don't think Vuma is that keeper for us. Not going to be number one. Let me help you here. What I mean by this keeper not being both Peterson and Vuma not being the first choice goalkeepers. This is how I look at things. This is how I've grown into understanding how these things work now. If these keepers or any player for that matter, if they can't be a keeper for Sundowns, for example, or even Pirates to an extent, then these keepers are not worth for us, or any player is not worth for us it's not worth for them to play for us. Sundowns should be our yardstick. If we say we want to compete with Sundowns, I don't care who says what. If we want to compete with Sundowns, therefore we should be buying players who can fit to play for Sundowns. Players who can compete to play for Sundowns. Sundowns can't be having grade A, they want to go grade C. We can't do that. Sundowns can't go to grade A, we go to grade C. We should be looking for grade A or grade A, negative A, or just less in terms of quality, because we know that they buy expensive players, not necessarily that they're quality, but we can't run away that Rowan Williams is the best goalkeeper in this, like today, is the best goalkeeper in the PSL. He has proven that he has even won in Africa. He's the best goalkeeper in Africa. So how then should we go and look for keepers or look for any player? Let's look at Sundowns. These are the players. If we're saying that we want to compete with Sundowns, we can't aim lower. Not saying in terms of being expensive, I'm talking in terms of quality. There are so many guys who are playing in grassroots who are quality players, but it needs scouting. They need scouting. So therefore, let's aim to get a keeper who can be there with Ron Williams. I don't know if I'm making sense or you understand me. But for now, let's buy 2 goalkeepers. Buy Noailly, I think it's Noailly, please forgive me. Buy Noailly and then go and buy a 16-year-old or 18-year-old who's going to grow within the ranks and then come and be a first team goalkeeper one day. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out. FC Amakhosi mentioned. Sunny here. Love you. Cheers.